that, oh, okay, this extra weight, I'm just getting thick. One thing that I did that probably made the biggest difference in my weight loss journey is I stopped. Yeah, right now, you can lose weight eating foods that you like.
Beautiful painter, I love the way you painted the sky tonight. Beautiful savior, come have your way in me, you're my one desire.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another day of Vlogmas. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how your girl lost 30 pounds, okay? My back was so big, I was not on my Zoom. I cannot believe that I ever got that big, but it's okay now because we lost the weight. But today I'm just going to go in full detail about my journey. Hopefully this can be motivational for you if you're on a weight loss journey or if you're thinking about one, because I'm telling you, you can do it. Alright guys, so before we get into it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, put your notifications on so you don't miss any uploads or the rest of Vlogmas. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram for daily content, and check out my hair care line if you're interested in getting some products to help promote growth. Alright guys, let's get into it. Okay, so before we get any further, let me go ahead and show out my before and afters, because I know some people came just for that. So this is before. I was at my heaviest, I think almost 170 pounds. And this is my after. I am currently teetering between 143 and 145. I lost about 27-ish, so I think that's pretty good. Okay, also before we get started, let me just be fully transparent. I'm not a doctor, nutritionalist, whatever y'all make people say nowadays, because people be taking stuff on the internet as the Bible, which I don't understand at all. But I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian, none of that. This is just work for me, myself, and I. And I'm gonna keep doing it because it's been working for me, myself, and I. So, but hopefully it works for you. And also, let me just say, between the before picture and the after picture, it has been about a year. Now, before you click off this video, because you're like, I don't want to wait that long, 20 of those 30 pounds came off in like the last 4 months because I finally got consistent. So it really don't take that long. It just took that long for me to finally be consistent enough to drop the rest of my weight. Okay, so I'm gonna break this video up into certain parts, and I'm gonna put the timestamps on the video because I know certain people look for certain things in weight loss videos. So first I'm gonna talk about how I gained the weight. Then I'm gonna talk about like the first half of my weight loss journey, which was the non-consistent part, but I still lost weight anyway, slowly. And then I'm gonna go deep into the last 4 months, what I've really been doing to drop like 2/3 of that 30 pounds. All right, let's get started. If you guys saw or watched me when I first went on social media in 2021, I was like 100 and like what I weigh now actually. But my body's very different, but we'll get into that later. But I was around like 140 to like 143 pounds. It's kind of where I fluctuated. In college, I stayed between like 137 and like 143. So I was still around the same weight. But I was like the most fit I had ever been in my life. I had started weightlifting. During COVID, I was bored and I was on a gap year, so I started working out, and so I look good. Like, that was the smallest I ever felt, the most confident I ever felt. I wasn't, y'all could tell when I was on social media in 2021, y'all, I showed more of my body, like full body stuff. It wasn't just like shoulders up in the camera. I was dancing on camera. I was, you know, standing up in videos and stuff like that because I felt confident about my body. But then in the fall of 2021, I went to med school. And if you watch my leaving med school video, you know that that was a very hard time for me. I was depressed twice. I was not happy. Obviously, I left. I was not happy. I was not at peace. And I personally, like a lot of people, whenever I get depressed or whenever I get in like a place where I'm just experiencing really bad emotions, I eat to make myself feel better. So I would use food as rewards for the way that I felt. So when I felt bad, I would eat to make myself feel better. And then on days where I felt good or something good happened, I would eat to reward myself. And so I was eating 24/7. I was depressed twice in med school, so I got depressed. I got depressed the end of my first semester, so like December 2021, and then I got depressed again like April or May of 2022, so like the end of my second semester when I was struggling with whether to leave or not. So I officially started legit gaining weight the first time I got depressed in December of 2021. And so when I left med school, I was legit like 170 pounds. I was in denial about it for a long time. So for the first time in my life, I've gained weight before and lost it in college, but this is the first time in my life where A, I gained this much weight, and two, like, well, B, I gained like a figure. So I had a booty for the first time in my life. I had hips for the first time in my life. So I just thought, oh, okay, this extra weight, I'm just getting thick. That's what I thought it was. I'm just thick or whatever with 2 C's, not a K, right? That's what I thought was happening. So I was in denial about it for a very long time, even when my clothes stopped fitting, you know? So when I left med school, right, I remember that summer 2022, I was trying to put on a pair of jeans. I hadn't worn jeans in a while because I just been wearing leggings and sweats in med school. I could not fit the pants over my thigh. First time that ever happened. So before, when I gained weight, they just wouldn't button up, but I could get them on. This time, for the first time in my life, I could not fit pants over my thighs. And I was like, whoa. And it was pants that, like, before, they were like oversized baggy pants on me. Like, that was the style. I bought like boyfriend jeans. These boyfriend jeans could not fit over my thighs. I was like, oh. But for some reason, I was still delulu. I was like, it's fine. I'm just thick. I just need to go up a size. I'll buy more stuff, whatever. And you know, the crazy thing is, I've always struggled with my weight since I can remember. When I was 15, I was 170 pounds. And by the time I went to college, like I said, I was like 136, something like that. So I had eventually lost weight. But, you know, in high school and stuff, I was bullied, you know, looked at weird. I was on the dance team, went to a PWI where all the girls were like this. The girls were all like this. And so I always felt like I was bigger. I was always super embarrassed whenever, when it came to measuring ourselves, getting our measurements for our dance costumes for competition. I always had the biggest measurements. You know, it was just bad. But I finally thought I had gotten to the point in my life where I was small and confident with my body. But then it turns out, when I got depressed, I ate. I'm telling y'all, I would eat like, it was so bad. I remember at the end of my first semester, like when I was studying for finals, I ate canes like 5 days in a row. I did not work out at all. I went from working out literally like 5-6 days a week when I was on a gap year during COVID to working out maybe once a month. Okay, I was not in the gym. I always felt like I never had enough time to cook or anything like that, so I was always just eating whatever. Like, it was just bad. I wasn't managing my time correctly in med school because I was depressed. I wasn't happy where I was. It was just a very confusing time, and so as a result of that, I gained weight. So summer 2022, you know, I gained a lot of weight, couldn't fit certain stuff. Actually, I'm gonna do a try on haul for y'all. I've actually filmed it of me like trying on outfits that I was wearing during this time when I was the heaviest, and also, you know, like some this year when I was 20 pounds heavier, so y'all can see the difference. That's gonna be a fun video. But basically, I was just big. And then I remember my birthday, my birthday's in July, so last year when I turned 23, I remember I like to take pictures every single year on my birthday and post the pictures, but when I posted these pictures, literally I had to sit down. That was the first year where I didn't feel confident standing up in my pictures. Like, I want to show y'all my birthday pictures from 22 versus 23, and I just want y'all to see the difference. Like, my boobs had grown a whole cup size. I was sitting down and positioning myself in a way where you couldn't see my stomach. Of course, I had edited some parts of the picture, and I remember I went to the movies. I literally had to put a jacket on even though it was the summer because I just felt so big and fat in that dress. So then what really made me start my weight loss journey was in September when I went on the Dr. Phil show for culture appropriation. So I remember before they flew me to LA, I had ran all around the mall, TJ Maxx, everything, trying to find something to wear for the show, and I couldn't fit anything. Like, nothing fit, nothing looked right. Eventually I found something that looked okay, like what I wore on the show, and I just remember being like, thank God I don't have to stand up on the show because I can sit down. I knew I was big, okay? And so when I came back home, I was like, okay, I gotta start my weight loss journey because the way that I felt super insecure when filming the show. I was like, yeah, you need to lose weight. And then it really solidified it for me about a week or two later when the show aired, and I saw how big my face was. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna play the clip of the Dr. Phil show, like me talking or whatever, and you can just see my face was super round and super pudgy. I already have a super round baby face just as it is. Like, I've always had that no matter how big or small I was. Most people think I'm legit like 19, which I don't get, but okay. So I already knew I had a round face, but whenever I gain weight, it always goes to my face regardless, and also my stomach. But this time it went to my hips and my butt, so I was in delusion land. But yeah, so after seeing myself on the show, I was like, okay, I gotta lose weight. That's how I gained the weight, and then that's how I decided to lose the weight. So starting in September was my weight loss journey. So I officially started my weight loss journey at like 167-ish. So just from like May all the way until September, just by not being in med school and not being depressed anymore and not being stressed out, I naturally dropped like 3 or 4 pounds. Also, because I wasn't in med school, I had more time, so I was cooking more at home. I wasn't eating out and stuff. So just naturally, just by doing that, I lost weight. But for some reason, from September all the way up until August of this year, so like literally almost an entire year basically, for some reason I could not be consistent. I started working out more, so I worked out maybe 2 or 3 days in the gym, but for me, I was so insecure about the way I looked, it was hard for me to be consistent in the gym because I felt like everybody was looking at me. You know, I know they weren't. Also, when it came to eating, like I said, I was cooking more at home, but the thing is, just because you're cooking more at home doesn't mean you're cooking healthy. So I was still cooking meals that were high in like butters and oils and cheeses and creams and things like that. I was not doing portion control. Just because you have meal prep containers don't mean you have portion control. I was putting like the rice in the big side instead of like the small side, you know, just little things like that. And so I would eat takeout once a week. And so like one of my things I love to get was Chinese takeout. But the thing is, when I got takeout, I would do a cheat day, and I would get like a meal for like 2, maybe 3 people, and I would eat it all. And then I would also get like Cold Stone ice cream, or I forgot, there's this y'all know that like bundt cake store. Sometimes if I was coming from Baton Rouge on the weekend from visiting family or whatever, I would stop by that place and get some, because they didn't have one in New Orleans. They had like I would get like a lemon bundt cake and a chocolate bundt cake and a red velvet bundt cake, and I would eat it all within like 2 days. So any caloric deficit I was in, or any like calories I burned from working out during the week, I basically just put them back on. I basically just like evened it out over the weekend, so it just kind of canceled on my progress. All right, so from September all the way till December, I probably lost about like 4 or 5 pounds. Just, again, I was making healthier choices than I was in med school, which is why I was naturally just losing weight, but I was not being consistent at all. All right, and then starting out at the beginning of this year, so January 2023, I did have a moment like during like February, March-ish, where I was like the most consistent I had been like that entire time, and I ended up dropping about like 5 pounds. So I ended up getting into the 150s finally. I think I did like a smoothie diet for like 3 days. It didn't last, where I just tried to drink smoothies. So I tried that. Like I remember in like March and April, I got into the gym like consistently for a good like 4 weeks. I'm talking, I was going like 4 or 5 times a week, and I got super consistent. And so I was still eating about the same, but I was way more active, and I ended up losing, you know, getting finally into like the 150s. I remember I was so happy when I got into like, when I saw 159. I hadn't seen that in like over a year. But then unfortunately I did fall off. I think it's just because I decided to move to Atlanta. So I moved here literally like June 29th. So really May and June, I was like, had so much to do. I was extremely stressed with trying to get everything together to move. Also with my products, my Hair Carolina Natural Rose, I was, you know, working with a manufacturer. I was stressing out trying to get those products ready. By the time that I moved, they ended up not even being ready till September. So I was out of stock for like 2 months. Also, I was getting the most orders that I had ever gotten with my business, but I was still making and packaging all the orders myself. And so I just had a lot to do. I was stressed. And so I went back to my old ways of being like, oh, I don't have time for the gym, and not eating the best. And I ended up eating a little bit more takeout than I normally do. And then right before I moved, I just pigged out. 2 weeks before I moved to Atlanta, I pigged out. Remember, I ate a whole bag, like a family size thing, of the Chips Ahoy chewy cookies. If you get the hard ones, there's something wrong with you. But I got the chewy in the red pack, okay, not the blue pack, the family size bag of cookies. I ate that whole thing in like 3 days. I was just eating. I had Chinese takeout like 2 days in a row. Ice cream, chips, everything. I don't know why I picked out. I think I was just stressed. And so basically by the time I moved to Atlanta in like literally June 29th, so in July, I was like 155 pounds. So basically September all the way up until July, I had lost about 15 pounds just by, I wasn't being consistent at all, but just by making healthier choices and just being in a better space in my life where I wasn't using food for negative emotions, I lost weight. But I wasn't consistent, which is why it took me so long. All right, so now let's get into the real tea of what I've been doing the past couple months to like legit drop a crap ton of weight. I lost like 15-20 pounds and just in like the last couple months. Okay, so it all started when I moved to Atlanta. I really wanted to lose weight before I moved to Atlanta because I wanted to start off here on a good foot, but it just didn't happen. And so then over the summer, I don't know, so what really hit me, like, girl, you need to be consistent. Like, I already knew I need to lose weight. I've been trying to lose weight all year, but what really hit me, like, girl, you really need to start like getting on your grind, was on my birthday. So I turned 24 July 15th, the whole solo date, and I felt super insecure. I felt big. Okay, I was like, I don't want to go. It was my second birthday feeling insecure. I felt better than my last birthday because I had lost weight, but not as good as I could have felt. Like my 22nd birthday, I looked and felt amazing for myself. So I was just like, I really don't want to go another birthday like feeling like that, you know, feeling unconfident and insecure in myself. I don't want to turn 25 and still feel like I felt at 23. Like, that's not cute. We need growth. So basically what I decided to do was get on my grind. So of course, it took me a couple weeks to finally, it took me about 6 weeks before I started losing weight. So I officially, genuinely started like losing weight in the middle of August. But for those 6 weeks, like July all the way until the middle of August, I just was still trying to get adjusted here. I wasn't really confident going anywhere or doing anything. So I was just, you know, getting my feet wet. But once I kind of got stable, got a routine, apartment furnished, things kind of got settled in my life, I started to focus more on my weight loss. So the first thing that I did is I started off with a juice cleanse. I did a 2-week juice cleanse. Well, technically it was 12 days, but I didn't eat any solid food for 14 days. I don't know what made me do this. I think I had seen a video pop up on TikTok in August, and then I had flew home to like drop my brother off at college for the first time in August. And I remember thinking, like, when I come back from this trip, I'm losing weight. I'm getting on my weight loss journey. I'm not about to do this again. And so when I got back, I started my juice cleanse. I actually filmed like the first 10 days or so, but then it was originally supposed to be a 3-week juice cleanse, but I did 2, so I just never posted it. Because if y'all want that video, I can definitely post what I have. It's just gonna be like kind of incomplete, but y'all just let me know in the comments. So I got back on Saturday, I think, or Sunday maybe, and then that Monday I went to the store, I got a bunch of juices, and yeah, and I did a juice cleanse. And I can make a detailed video on like exactly what I did for the juice cleanse if y'all want, but I'm not gonna go into detail on this part. But basically, I just drank fresh juices. So like one of the juices I would make had like oranges, grapefruits, carrots, celery, and like ginger. That was one of my favorites. I also did one that was like apple and watermelon and like cucumber or something, I don't know. And I just drank those. I drank for 12 days. And then after the 12th day, I couldn't do it anymore. After the 12th day, I started drinking broth because I just needed something that wasn't sweet. And after 14 days, I finished. And so from there, I started at 155. I went all the way down to 148, I think. Yeah, I think it was like 148. So I lost like 7 pounds doing that juice cleanse. But the next week, I started eating solid food. That weekend, I did get Wingstop, okay? But that kind of helped set off my weight loss journey because it helped me to, like, for the first time, feel what it was like to, like, have good stuff in your body. Like, to not feel all sluggish and drained and big and bloated all the time because of what I was eating. Like, it felt good. Even though I was 10 pounds heavier back then, it felt so good. Like, for the first time, I wasn't bloated all the time. I didn't feel weighed down. Like, everything was just good. And so after that, that kind of pushed me to start eating like genuinely eating healthier. So like, I know a lot of people focus on like a caloric deficit. And then whenever I've lost weight, I've always had the mindset like, you can eat a little bit healthier, but basically as long as you're eating in a caloric deficit, you're fine. But after that juice cleanse, I was like, I don't want to go back to putting bad stuff in my body and feeling bad. I want to continue to feel how I felt on this juice cleanse. So I started making healthier choices. One thing that I did that probably made the biggest difference in my weight loss journey is I stopped eating dairy and I stopped eating gluten. So before I went on the juice cleanse, I really struggled with bloating, like really bad. Like, it got to the point where I would literally time when I ate so that I wouldn't eat before I went somewhere because I would literally look pregnant. So I'd be like, oh, I gotta just wait. I'll be hungry, but I gotta wait till I get back because I don't want to look pregnant while I'm out and living. No, like, it was so bad. And so after that juice cleanse and I got all that detoxified and cleansed out of me, I was like, okay. I looked it up and I saw people saying gluten causes bloating, dairy causes bloating. I was like, okay, let me try leaving these out of my diet and seeing how that works and seeing if there's a difference. And it made a huge difference. So for the next 3 weeks after the juice cleanse, so like this is all the way up to like the first week of September, all I did was eat healthy. So I stopped eating dairy and gluten, and when I tell y'all, I noticed a huge difference in my bloating. Like it was crazy. Like literally I could eat a meal and my stomach still be relatively flat. Like I felt good, I was regular, if you know what I'm saying. Like it was just incredible. And then as far as working out goes, during that juice cleanse, I would just walk. So for some reason this year I had picked up walking. Like when I was back in New Orleans, like March, April, May, I would like go walk for an hour around my apartment complex every single day. And that's mainly because I was being lazy. For me personally, like I was being lazy. I didn't want to do like I didn't want to actually work out. I just wanted to be active. So when I got on the juice cleanse, I just walked. So in those 2 weeks I probably walked like 5 times. Well, I mean, I wasn't eating, so I was losing weight anyways. But then the next 3 weeks after the juice cleanse, I really didn't work out like that. Maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and it was just the walking. But I just started changing what I was eating. So then in September, okay, I was in the gym one day and I met these 2 girls, and they became my workout partners. And so for the next 4 weeks, that was the first time in forever I was in the gym 4 days a week, like clockwork, because I had people to keep me accountable. I knew that like people were waiting on me to work out. And then when it came to us working out, I was the one that was making up all the workouts. So it was just like I had to be on my grind. I had to make sure I didn't cancel, or because I feel like so I had to basically force myself to make time in my schedule to work out, and force myself to go work out whenever I didn't want to. And so like for the next 4 weeks, all the way up until the beginning of October, I worked out 4 days a week for like 4 weeks straight. And when I tell y'all, that's when I finally started to notice the difference. So after the juice cleanse, obviously I noticed the difference with like the bloating and stuff. But at this point, it had been about a month and a half since I had done the juice cleanse, and I finally started to notice the weight loss. So for me, the key was eating right and getting in the gym. So I don't know what happened. Just one day I woke up and I noticed a difference in myself, and I was very happy. So I definitely recommend taking progress pics along the way, because that does help you. But I finally started noticing a difference. I was like, oh my goodness, I look good. I'm losing weight. Oh my goodness. What the heck is going on? Okay, so now we're in October. It's been almost 2 months since I started my weight loss journey, and at this point I think my weight was like 150. You know, with that juice cleanse I got all the way down to 148, but you know, that's like mostly water weight. So but it's the fact that I was able to like keep that weight off. A lot of people, they tend to gain the weight back right after the juice cleanse because they don't change like their eating habits and working out. I was determined not to do that. So for the next 2 months I genuinely like worked hard, and I was able to keep off that weight. So in October, I was 150 pounds. Now that might sound slow to some people, but I've always lost weight kind of slow. But also, it also takes me a long time to gain weight. Like I really have to be like crazy in order to gain weight, which I was when I was depressed. So it's very easy for me to maintain my weight. It just takes more effort to lose it, and it takes more effort to gain it, not gonna lie. At this point, I'm 150 pounds. So it was about 5 weeks until Thanksgiving, and if you follow me on my Instagram, I was like, you know what? I want to go hard. I've lost a couple pounds. I look good. I feel great. And I want to be able to like enjoy my holidays to where I look good. I feel good. I can still freely eat and, you know, maybe not exactly follow a diet during the holidays and enjoy myself, not freak out about what I'm eating, feel good, feel confident. And so I was like, okay, there's 5 weeks until Thanksgiving, so I want to go hard. So at this point, when it came to my workout partners, they had kind of like fallen off, but I had been seeing results. So I was like, I don't care if they don't show up, I'm still gonna be in the gym. Like they basically had got me to the point where I was like wanting to go to the gym because of the results. So I'm grateful for them, because without them, I probably wouldn't have been able to get consistent in the gym to the point where I could do it on my own without them. I could hold my own self accountable, so I'm grateful for that. But after seeing those results, I was like, yeah, I gotta keep going to the gym. I'm not about to fall out the gym at all. And so what I did was, for 5 weeks, if you go to my Instagram, if you go to my weight loss highlight on Instagram, all this documented, I did a 5-week weight loss challenge. So basically, if you've ever heard of like the 75 hard on TikTok, it's kind of something like that, but not exactly. So basically what it was is I worked out 5 days a week. So Monday through Thursday, I worked out twice a day. And then Saturdays, I worked out once a day. And as far as eating, I was gonna have 2 meals and a meal replacement. So on my juice cleanse, those juices, I did one of those juices as a meal replacement. So again, I was still eating no dairy, no gluten, and I did that for 5 weeks. So like in the morning, I would do just like walk on an incline on the treadmill for an hour, and in the afternoon, I would do like a 45 minute to an hour weightlifting workout or Pilates workout. And I did that for 5 weeks, and when I tell y'all, I looked good. I finished that challenge off at 145. So I lost another 5 pounds in 5 weeks, which is pretty normal, like losing a pound a week. I lost 5 pounds in 5 weeks doing that. So I ended up being 145 by Thanksgiving. That was absolutely crazy. And I did not think I could do it, but I was so proud of myself. It was so hard though. Oh my goodness. Like, I honestly recommend it. It's on my Instagram if you want to check out exactly what I did. So again, I did no dairy, I did no gluten. I didn't really track calories, but one thing I learned, the reason why I feel like no dairy and no gluten really helped me to lose weight is because if you think about all the high calorie, unhealthy foods that we eat, most of them have dairy and gluten in them. So by eliminating those things from my diet, I was automatically eliminating a lot of the high caloric foods that were keeping me from losing weight, like cheese and butter. I never thought I'd be able to give up cheese, but now I honestly don't crave it. And honestly, I get a little nervous when I go to eat it sometimes. So I'm like, I don't want it to mess me up. Milk, nothing. Like, I do oat milk or coconut milk now. I do plant-based butter. And then as far as gluten, I'm not as strict on gluten as I am with dairy, but I really don't eat it. So like, if I want like carbs, I'll do rice or oats. I haven't had pasta in so long. I don't do pasta. Next week is the first time in like 2 months I will be doing bread because I want to do some quesadillas. No cheese though. I'm doing vegan cheese. But I learned there are so many like substitutions for dairy and for gluten that you're really not missing out on stuff. And if you get creative, you can really make really tasty foods that don't have those things in it. So yeah, right now, you can lose weight eating foods that you like. Now, don't get that twisted with eating whatever you like and still losing weight. No, because I like McDonald's, but I haven't had McDonald's in like 8 months. Okay, but you can eat things that you enjoy. I don't feel like I'm missing out or suffering on my weight loss journey anymore, because literally every single thing that I eat, I genuinely enjoy. I look forward to eating it and I like it. And I'm not eating like these super small portions that don't make me satisfied. Like, I'm eating a good amount of food, and my body has gotten used to eating less and not overeating now, so I don't feel like I'm hungry or starving or anything. It's been like 2 weeks since Thanksgiving, and right now I'm teetering between 143 and 145. So I lost like another pound in the past 2 weeks. But the past 2 weeks, and honestly for the rest of the year, what I'm gonna be doing is I really wanna like get more tone, a little bit more muscle definition. So I'm working out 5 days a week still. Well, with vlogging and stuff, I've honestly been doing 4 days a week, but four to 5 days a week. After like the holidays and stuff settle down, I'm definitely gonna go back to doing 5 days a week for sure. I'm still doing my 2 meals, but I'm also, instead of doing a meal replacement, I'm doing a snack, and I've been focusing on tracking my protein and getting my serving size of protein for the day, which is about 125 grams of protein. I learned when you eat high protein meals, you get so full. On my 5-week weight loss challenge, like when it came time for me to have my meal replacement, I was so hungry. But now it's like, when it comes time for me to do my snack instead of my meal replacement, I'm not really that hungry, because my first meal was super, like, I was like at 40-50 grams of protein. Like, I literally ate at 3 o'clock today, and it's almost 7 now, so it's been 4 hours, and I am not hungry at all. And so I'm about to go work out. So yeah, and like, I posted a workout vlog for y'all, so y'all can see kind of what I did as far as working out. Gonna have that weight loss trying haul, but honestly, I'm just really happy. I have not felt confident in my body in almost 2 years, and that was really hard. So I'm so happy to see the progress that I made, and honestly, I'm so happy to know that like, if I push myself and I'm consistent, I can get my dream body. My goal weight is 135. Now, I am trying to gain more muscle, so if the scale doesn't necessarily reflect that, that's fine. I know exactly how I want to look. That might not be reflected on the scale though, which is fine. But I really want to hit my like officially weight loss done, just maintaining my weight by Valentine's Day. That's my goal. So that's another 2 months. And so in total, that would be like 6 months of me being very serious with my weight loss. Yeah, I'm really happy. Some of the tips that have really helped me, again, no gluten, no dairy, has been great, and I honestly don't miss it. Also, like most black people, I like to have something sweet after I eat. And so before, I was doing like a Ghirardelli chocolate or a slice of pie. I don't know what I was doing, or like fruit roll-up, fruit snack. But instead, I do fruit now. That juice cleanse where all I was doing was drinking fruits and vegetables, that really helped me to learn to love fruits, because I wasn't a huge fruit person. So now I do like strawberries. I just had some orange slices a couple of hours ago when I get hungry. So that. Also, I love tea. So tea is really low in calories. There's this really good like black sugar ginger tea that I get from the Korean market. I did it in one of my day in the life vlogs I really like, with some lemon. I love, I've been really into like the 0-calorie sodas. You know, like the ice drinks and stuff. There's another brand that I have. I don't really like the ice drinks, but it's 0 calories. They like their lemon lime one tastes just like Sprite, and I'll add like a packet of like fruit punch Crystal Light in it. Chef's kiss. Also really been getting into like Crystal Light stuff like that because water has been getting boring. Also, I have a gallon jug of water I try to drink every single day, and I love sugar-free stuff. Before I got in my head, people were saying sugar-free stuff so bad, yeah. Nah, I don't care no more. I love anything that's sugar-free that can give me that same, you know, sweetness but no sugar. The only thing I don't do sugar-free is my coffee. I gotta have real sugar in my coffee. When I bake now, I'll use stevia. I also like to bake with protein powder now, so I can get my protein in and the calories will be fine. I have a video where I did a meal prep, weight loss meal prep, and I made some pumpkin bread. It was so good, and it was so low in calories, dairy, and gluten free. Like, I ate the whole thing. So yeah, like, yo, I'm just really happy, and I'm proud of myself, and I just thank God that I finally got it together. I'm super excited for Valentine's Day. I'm super excited to see what I look like. For some reason, whenever I've lost weight, it's always been in the winter. It's never been in the summer. It's always been in the winter, and then I gained the weight back for the summer. So this year, I'm gonna really try to be consistent because I want to wear like a bikini for the first time ever. I had traditional parents, so I never wore like a bikini, but now that I'm grown, I want to wear some, you know, appropriate bikinis for like a pool day with friends, and I want to be able to feel confident in the summer and wear sundresses and things like that. I just really want to be able to like love my body, and I do. I love it now, but I'm just really excited. Like, I want my stomach to be flat for the first time ever. This is the flattest it's ever been, but I want it to be flattered. I'm just very happy. So, alright guys, well that is it for this video. That is my full weight loss journey, how I lost almost 30 pounds. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was motivational for you. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns about anything I did or anything that you might want to know about weight loss, leave them in the comments below, and I will try my best to answer. And if somebody asks a question and you know the answer, feel free to answer. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button, put your notifications on so you don't miss any uploads, including my weight loss try-on haul, which will be posted in the next couple of days. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram for daily content, and check out my hair care line if you're interested in getting some products to help promote growth. Alright guys, I will see you tomorrow. Bye!